Hey, that is a Rasslin Rants road trip weekend. Friday morning, we're dropping this video real quick to give a in-depth preview of Impact's Chicago Heat weekend. Cicero Stadium tonight, Friday, July 28th, and tomorrow night, July 29th. Jam-packed 2 nights of Impact tapings for Access TV, and I will be front row center ringside once again for these shows coming up this weekend, so be looking forward to a lot of Rant-exclusive content coming down the road here this weekend from Chicago. I'll be probably dropping videos after each event in the evening once I get back to the hotel. We'll start dropping some videos, and as weeks progress as well, there will be more videos dropped from Impact, particularly stuff that would be considered spoiler material, like finishes of matches, maybe some angles that may be leading to something at Emergence or Multiverse United, those pay-per-views coming up in August that these shows will be building for. We may wait to drop some of those videos until a later date, until they air on TV, just to be fair to the folks at Impact Wrestling who would really appreciate being kind of willing to allow the videos to be posted on Rasslin Rants. So, once again, got platinum tickets. Like I said, front row, center ringside for all the action tonight and tomorrow. So let's get into what they've announced so far for matches. There's a lot more that will obviously be happening at these shows, and some thoughts on some personalities that have not been announced, but I think will probably still appear in some form. And then also, I guess to start out, we'll talk about a person in Impact Wrestling that currently is dealing with an injury issue, and that is Lio Rush, the X Division champion. And because of that, it appears that he won't be working any matches on the show. I think it was last weekend at an indie show, did something to his ankle, and he appears to be out for a little while. GCW actually pulled a match he was supposed to have, I believe, with Speedball Mike Bailey next weekend. That match has been pulled, so he's taking some time off from the ring. But I did see on social media a day or two ago on an Instagram, I think of Lio Rush's, that he will be appearing in Chicago this weekend, just probably obviously not wrestling, but he will be there to set up presumably maybe a rematch with Chris Sabin at Multiverse United or at Emergence, or perhaps a match with Kushida, which brings us to Kushida himself. No announcement if he's going to be on these shows. I guess we'll wait and see. But as far as I know, Kushida lives in the United States now, so I don't see why there would be any issue with him not making these shows. And as the number 1 contender to the X Division title, why not? So we'll see if he will be at Chicago this weekend. Also, a few other names: Kazarian, Eddie Edwards. Nothing has been announced for them yet either, so we'll see where they go with that. And one big name that has not been announced for the weekend, but I have a feeling we're going to see maybe even him returning to the ring on these shows, is Josh Alexander. So he's been all over the last few weeks of Impact TV, right as that fallout from Slammiversary happened. And by the way, I caught up on Impact last night, and quality show last night. I thought it was a very, very solid episode of Impact for sure. And I just have a feeling, like I said, that Josh Alexander will probably be making his in-ring return at one of these shows either tonight or tomorrow. Maybe setting something up tonight on Friday's taping to set up a match perhaps for the Saturday show. So we'll see where they go. All right, let's talk about all the matches they've announced so far. I'll give my predictions real quick, and then I am on my way to Chicago, folks, tonight. All right, Friday show tonight, There's 4 matches announced. Let's talk about it. One thing to note, really kind of one of the bigger things to be dropped for news coming into these shows is that somebody's coming in new to Impact Wrestling from WWE. That is Samurai Del Sol, the former Kalisto. He has finally arrived in Impact, and he will debut on these shows in Chicago. The first match particular that he's going to be involved in is a 6-man tag. It sounds interesting on paper. It's Bully Ray, Ryan Myers, and Moose against the team of Laredo Kid, Black Taurus, and Samurai Del Sol. So very interesting debut match for him. That is tonight, like I said, and I kind of think that it's hard to say because they're obviously pushing Bully Ray, Ryan Myers. Moose is appearing to get a push again now a little bit, so I'm probably going to go with the heels on this 6-man tag, but I think it's going to be more or less kind of a showcase match in a sense for Samurai Del Sol, this first match in Impact here. Here's a match that really sounds excellent tonight. Speedball Mike Bailey and Jonathan Gresham against the Rascals. They had kind of a preview of this last night on Impact with Zachary Wentz against Speedball Mike Bailey, which was a solid TV match for sure. So this should be no different. I'm going to go with the Rascals on this one. I think Gresham is probably going to turn on Speedball finally, and we're going to kick back into that program perhaps. Because they were teasing certainly on Impact TV recently that Gresham is going heel. Chris Bay, Ace Austin, ABC in there against Rich Swann and Sami Callihan tonight as well. We'll go ABC for the win on that match. And then a match that they did promote a little bit on TV as well. I would presume this will be maybe the main event next week on Impact TV that they're taping tonight. The Digital Media Championship, Joe Hendry, Yuya Uemura, and Kenny King in a triple threat match. I just think it's way too early to take the belt off Kenny King, so I'm going to go Kenny King on this one. And that's what they've announced so far for Friday. Obviously, they got a lot more matches that they're going to be dropping tonight on the Impact taping. Got a little bit more on Saturday's lineup announced so far. This one is probably going to be a humdinger. Chris Sabin against Samurai Del Sol. Yeah, I'm all about that one. I will go Chris Sabin on that one. I think they're going to probably, put Samurai Del Sol in a position to kind of be helping to develop other talent for a little bit, but I'm sure they'll give them some wins as well. But I don't think this one is going to be that one. I think Chris Sabin's going over against Samurai Del Sol. No disqualification match between Bully Ray and Black Taurus. This is an intriguing match. I guess as a follow-up from the previous night, from tonight's 6-man, they're going to kind of lead into it from there with this one. I'm interested on the no disqualification gimmick on this one. Kind of wonder if something's a brewing, and I'm going to go Black Taurus on this one in an upset over Bully Ray via some possible shenanigans to Bully Ray. Alex Shelley will defend the Impact Championship against Brian Myers. This has been listed as a world title match, so I would assume this will be one of the main events of, I believe they're taping 4 weeks of Impact between Friday and Saturday. Deonna Purrazzo against Kylan King. We also got Trinity against Taylor Wilde, and if you recall the last Chicago taping, Trinity's debut Impact match was against Kylan King, so some interesting parity here on the lineups. Moose is also set to take on Kevin Knight. I'm going to go Moose on that one. We'll go Trinity up against Taylor Wilde. Trinity for the win on that. And Purrazzo, Kylan King. Obviously, I'm going to go Deonna Purrazzo on that. And they've also announced Eric Young against Big Con. And certainly Eric Young, I think, will be going over on that. Kind of some one-sided matches that they've announced so far for Saturday. But again, I would assume there's going to be plenty more than that. As just, I would say, a good 4 or 5 more matches on Saturday that they're going to hit. Who knows? Maybe a little bit more. Hard to say. So Like I said, tapings, I would assume 4 weeks of Impact tapings on Access TV, set for Friday night tonight and Saturday night, Cicero Stadium, Chicago Heat. Don't forget, if you're an Impact fan, Bound for Glory tickets officially go on sale today, like in a couple hours. So I'm going to try to get mine before somebody grabs that hopefully open front row seat that I'm hoping to get for Bound for Glory as well. That is set for middle of October, same location, Cicero Stadium. So there's going to be probably a lot of promotion tonight and tomorrow for those events at Cicero Stadium, at these shows. And also the main focus of these shows is going to be Multiverse United. And then the next weekend in August, I think it's August 20th is Multiverse United. August 27th, I believe, is Emergence. The next Impact pay-per-view on Impact Plus. And that is pretty much what these shows are designed for, to set up those pay-per-view events. So we'll see where things fall out after the shows. Of course, I will be coming back to the Rasslin Rants Control Center here in Minnesota on Sunday. So look for Sunday or Monday, something around those lines, a jam-packed Mega Rant looking back at everything from the weekend. And as well, don't forget that there is another show this weekend, and that is the NXT Great American Bash. So I'll probably be doing a Mega Rant on that on Monday as well. So that's what's coming ahead here. So stay tuned this weekend. We're going to have all kinds of rant-exclusive content from the Impact tapings in Chicago at Cicero Stadium. And until then, see you right back here later on this weekend for plenty of stuff from the Impact tapings right here at Rasslin Rants.